Video, I'll discuss rulers and guides in Adobe Illustrator CC 2015. Now, the first thing you probably want to turn on when you're working with Illustrator is your rulers. You can use Control R. There they are right there. I'll turn them off again with Control R so it's a toggle. You can always go to View, Rulers, and Show Rulers right there to turn them on. Now, the thing about the rulers is they're more than just a visual way of measuring what's going on the screen. You actually use them in a very specific way, and I'll show you in a second. The first thing I want to do is show you how you can change the measurements. You can go to Preferences and change your measurements. Right now we're looking at points. What I want to do is change that to inches, but if you're more comfortable with centimeters or millimeters, you can use that as well, or you can even use picas or pixels. So right-click on the ruler. I'll choose the measurement that you want, and there we go. Now we're looking at inches. Now there's a couple of things about the ruler. The first is when you move the mouse, look how I'm moving the mouse from right to left, and you can see that a little line follows it on the horizontal ruler. Same on the left-hand ruler. If I move down, you can see that line moving with it. So that gives you a visual way of being able to measure things using the ruler. There's something else you need to be aware of. Notice how the origin point for the page is at 0 right here and 0 right there. So it's 0 and 0, which is normally the origin point that you want to use. But if you ever need to change that origin, click here. There's a little cross right there. It's an offset cross. If I click and hold it, notice how the mouse changes to a crosshair. I can click down, and I'm going to go right to the center of the page. Approximately. Now that looks like the actual center, I think. Right there, and release. Now what happened is we've reset that to Cartesian coordinates, meaning the 0 and 0 points for X and Y are right in the very center. There's 0 there, and there's 0 there. Now if you ever need to reset those coordinates, go and click here and drag back to the corner and release, and you can reset your origins. Now, why might you want to do that? Well, when you're creating physical coordinates or manual coordinates that you're typing in, they're going to be based on whatever the 0 and 0 origin point for the page is. So if, for instance, if you wanted to move something over 2 inches and down 2 inches, it would start at whatever the origin was. If it was in the center of the page with Cartesian coordinates, you would go over 2 inches and down 2 inches. If you're using the standard 0 and 0 in the upper left-hand corner, it would go over 2 and down 2. So just be aware of that. That's one of those things that's important to understand when you're working with rulers in Illustrator. Now, the other way to use rulers is to create guides. Now, guides are just a way of creating a line on the page. I'll go ahead and click and drag on the horizontal ruler. So clicking the mouse